Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this week's options watch list. Before I get into the watch list, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media accounts. Also, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. With that said, I don't really have much going on this week as far as what I'm looking at. The put to call ratio right now is at 0.52. It's in the middle. It's nothing to get excited about. Now the economic calendar for the week. I was looking at this morning. Really not much going on this week except Wednesday. Monday, nothing. Tuesday, nothing. Wednesday, we have FOMC. We have Powell at 2:30. So that will be a big day. Everyone's expecting the rate to get cut. I don't think it will. Maybe it will. I don't know, but I don't think it will. We'll see. What will be interesting is where VIX is at by Wednesday. So Thursday, GDP. Sometime Thursday. Doesn't really give a time. It just says tentative. Friday, core PCE. Really not much. Just Wednesday is a big day, the one that we have to really watch for. So now, right now, SPY has got, we gapped up on Friday. I think it like in a little abandoned baby kind of candle, which means it's a small candle that's gapped up. There's really nothing up there. Usually they're bearish, potentially toppy, but we had news that today that China and the U.S. have reached a trade deal, or trade deal is coming in the next couple of days. But we've all heard this a million times. Back in the other trade war, they kept saying, we get a deal coming, and market would pop. No, not yet. We're not there yet. Then the market will drop. This is the same bullshit as back then, is that they're just propping up the market just on fluff news, and they're going to say, no, we didn't say that. No, we're not near an agreement. And the market's going to dump. And so we're just back to this cat and mouse game. It just feels like that. Lately, Trump midday posts something online, and you'll tweet something midday to make the market dump, and it gets quickly bought back up. It just he's creating dips for his friends or something. I don't know. It's just some really sketchy behavior. But anyways, we get an abandoned baby. We get news coming out. So who knows what SPY is going to do? We may gap up and be over 680. We could be 685 tomorrow. I mean, at this rate, we could be 700 by the end of the week. I mean, it's 700. It's pretty close. I mean, it depends on how the market reacts to the news. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we gap up over 680 for tomorrow, but we could sell off. But it's all speculative right now, what the market's going to do and how it's going to react to the news. It may not even react. At some point, market's not going to care about rumors until something is actually done. And this whole run-up has been basically hopium on trade news, tariff news, I mean, and rate cuts. So if we don't get either one, market could freak out. But we're not going to try to predict the future. I mean, we'll just see what the market gives us pre-market and go based on that. So, but as of right now, getting a abandoned baby candle right up here. So we'll have to see what market does. Gaps up overnight, but if it does manage to get under 676, I would watch for a gap fill right here. We get a gap fill down to the 673 area. So definitely keep an eye on that. We have a bearish divergence. We've had one for a long time. So, I mean, bearish divergences can last for a while. We had one right here. It finally dumped. We get another one going right here. So you can see this is this one. The RSI right there. Histogram is going lower. And SPY dumped right here. Massive dump. And now we're back up to a higher day. And RSI is lower, histogram is lower, so you can see that right there. Actually, histogram is actually higher, so histogram is conflicting, but RSI is saying it's lower. So then you get the weekly, same thing with the weekly, it's just rising as it's as the RSI is dropping. And usually when the weekly is doing that, we get more of a dump than this. We usually get something like this, or even this, but I mean that's pretty hardcore. That's from the tariff. But we could see something like this, but we don't know what the catalyst is gonna get this market to let some air out. I mean, it could be tariffs. It could be not of a rate cut. It could be ER. Netflix had bad earnings, and we could end up seeing a wave of bad earnings from the Magnificent Seven, the big ones, and that could end up seeing market drop. But yeah, it's kind of hard to predict where the market's going to go this week. So that's why you need to be in the room, and that's why you need to be just see what happens pre-market. Now, the telling story is going to be VIX. Now we have FOMC on Wednesday. Now VIX is under 15, or lower. By FOMC, I would be more on the put side than the short side than I would be on the call side, because VIX is just, it's very dangerous when VIX is under 15 on FOMC. Usually we end up seeing a dump. So we'll have to see where VIX is at. So my position right now is if we end up having a gap and grind Monday and Tuesday, we gap up on tonight, we gap up tomorrow, we don't sell off, and we range on Tuesday, and VIX melts Monday and Tuesday, and we get under 15, I think FOMC is going to be a red day. I think we're going to dump on FOMC. But if for some reason we do dump tomorrow or Tuesday and VIX it pops, then FOMC is 50-50. So where VIX is going to be at on Wednesday is going to be the big story. So watch VIX, see what it does Monday and Tuesday. If it's under 15, for me personally, I'll be heavier on the put side if VIX is under 15 on FOMC. So that as of right now. So I think that VIX, if SPY does gap up and grinds, because usually we don't have too much volatility before FOMC. We usually just have small range days, or at least fairly small. And even if we're ranging in a tight range on a down day, VIX can still bleed out. So VIX, like I said, VIX is going to be the thing I'd be watching the most out of everything the next 3 days. So pay attention to VIX. So that would be a huge thing. Now, only two things I'm really looking at. I don't really like anything this week. I don't like anything at all, really, because there's so many iffy things going on. Oh, then we have the things with Venezuela going on. The Navy's stacking out for Venezuela. So who knows what's going to happen with that. But we've had that Friday, and the market didn't care. Oil didn't even care. And Venezuela's got like a big oil supply. I mean, they're one of the big ones. And the market didn't care, which it will care at some point, I think. But until then, we'll just trade what the market gives us. But anyways, Disney is one I'd be watching underneath 109 to fill a gap to 105. And usually we see it's get a long ways down. I mean, we get to 100 and sub 100. We could see down to 85 or 80 again. Disney, I really don't like Disney that much. It's kind of getting the same setup right here as right here. See, it pops up, starts to drift down, pops up a little bit, starts to drift down, pops up a little bit, then it dumps. We're having the same setup right here. Drops, pops up, drops. We could pop up a little bit, then we could dump. So Disney, keep an eye on Disney. It does love to do that. And the last one is Tesla. I know Tesla's been ripping and raging lately. It's been rejecting the 450 level quite a few times. Got a head and shoulders on the daily and the weekly. Got the left, the head, and the right shoulder. So I would watch Tesla under 430 for push to 420. Now, if we manage to get under 420 and underneath the 410 area, I mean, we could get to 400, and we could possibly get down to the 370-ish area on Tesla. So keep an eye on Tesla. Tesla could end up dropping. Even a weekly, it shows that, we got room down to the 355 area on the weekly on Tesla. So I'm not saying we'll get there, but you never know. Something happens. Market dumps big time for whatever whatever reason that we could see 355, 350 on Tesla. So, but other than that, that's all I like. I don't like anything. I mean, you got earnings coming up, all kinds of things going on in the world. So we're just taking it day by day. So that's going to do it for the watch list, and thanks for watching.